Hi there, welcome to the tarot reading for the tropical full moon in Taurus and for the Vedic full moon in mid-Aries in Bharani Nakshatra ruled by Venus. Whatever system you look at, Venus is very, very active, very, very powerful, SHUKRA. And as I also told you that the symbol for Bharani Nakshatra is the yoni. So the yoni is a very, very powerful creative force when it comes to this lunation. It is what transports us from one shore to another. Okay, yes, it is a sexual reproductive organ, but when you look at the deeper significations of the yoni, you see that the yoni has a purpose. She is almost a sort of a machine, if I may say so, to transport you from one cosmic shore to another. Okay, so this lunation, before I begin, I'm gonna do a little bit of ceremony for everybody's peace, for peace in the world. And I also told you that the Devi of Bharani Nakshatra is Lakshmi, and Lakshmi can be invoked by offering to her these shells. They're called kauri. So these shells, and each of these shells need to have 108 times you can chant Kalarim, Hasakalarim, Sakalarim. Okay, or Shreem, Shreem Brizzy, and you keep them 11 at least in a little jar. The south west or southeast or southwest. In my puja place it's in southeast, but someone was telling me kauri is to be put in southwest. So there are a lot of things to that. So basically, wherever your altar is, you keep a small little, a kalshi, like an urn. It can be a glass urn. I have a glass urn, ceramic, and you put the kauris in. And when you offer it to Lakshmi, it's called mantra puto. That means you put the mantra in the kauri and you energize it. Okay, bells are very efficient as well to keep in the altar because they clear out all residual energy, and of course suffumigation is very, very powerful. Like I said, that Lakshmi Puja takes place, Kojaguri Lakshmi Puja, where people stay awake all night and pray to the goddess to awaken their kundalini. Now, first decan of Taurus in the tropical system, the card for this is Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles honestly is a very, very prophetic card. It's almost like we are unable to break through no matter how hard we've tried. We've almost gone lame. I mean, the person is lame, Five of Pentacles, So it's us feeling abandoned in some way. But remember that the lunation is also happening on the Sabian symbol, a fully decorated Christmas tree. That I told you reminds me of the world card, cyclical. Everything is cyclical in the cosmos, okay? So I'm just trying to find for you the card before I go to the tarot reading for all the 12 signs. Taking into consideration the moon will be in Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus. And the sun will be in Scorpio. The sun really doesn't have much to do in the martial sign of Scorpio because, this is feminine. Sun is masculine. So there's going to be a lot of, as I said, emotional rawness. And with that Mercury retrograde as well, it looks to be a change because Uranus always brings change wherever, you look at it. Another interesting thing to note is I told you how in Kabbalah, 5, Aries is looked as God 5, and this is the Hierophant, which is actually the god of Taurus. So there's an amalgamation of the tropical zodiac as well as the sidereal zodiac in the Kabbalistic system. So each system is trying to ascertain its own truth, trying to, sieve information, because that's what we do. That's Mercury as well, sieving information, preparing us. Okay, I found it. This is the card of this decan. So it's almost like we are left out. We don't have anyone to turn to. Now what do, right? So before anything, we've had the energy clearance. So I'm just gonna tell you a bit about Taurus. Taurus is feminine, downward trending, receptive, very dry because it's earth, cold, earth, temperament phlegmatic because, you know, as I said that melancholic, sorry, temperament melancholic, all earth signs are melancholic, and sub-temperament phlegmatic and sanguine, okay? So let us see now, when we look at the Sri Yantra, which I told you is a very, very important, okay, I was looking at the, try to get the Sri Yantra, but just a second. Let's get straight, yes, okay. This is the Sri Yantra. Okay, and if you want to be initiated in the puja, in the Padvati of Lakshmi Puja and Sri Yantra Puja, please get in touch with me. I also do Lakshmi Puja and Sri Yantra Puja and Kavach for clients. Mantra Kailarim, Hasakahalarim, Sakalarim. Kailarim, Hasakahalarim, Sakalarim. Okay, so Aries, this is happening for you in the 2nd and the 8th house, because, you know, the sun is in the 2nd house of Taurus, and I mean the moon is in the 2nd house of Taurus, sun is in the 8th of Scorpio. So this definitely speaks of resources, yours as well as others. Maybe you're expecting some kind of grant, some kind of money to come to you, some kind of, you know, some clearance, money clearance, or some kind of, you know, complication with their money and your money if you're doing a business. Knight of Wands, Aries, this is you. So I definitely feel like this Mars retrograde has already reached a critical point, midpoint, and is now, Mars will go direct in November. So I think it's still foggy down there with you, Aries. 2nd, 8th houses, again, you know, they're not angular houses, they're succedent houses, but that 8th house is, you know, gives accidental debility. So anything that's happening, the 8th house always has this malefic death and rebirth theme. So it could be complicated, especially if you're asking about love. It could definitely be complicated. Sri Yantra Puja, I suggest also a meditation on the Sri Yantra. Okay. Now moving on to Taurus, 1st and 7th, obviously, because this is your moon. Your once a year you have a full moon, and once a year you have a new moon. So this is your full moon conjunct Uranus in your sign at about 9 degrees. And I see that no matter what is troubling you, and Venus has been in this particular sign of Virgo where she is in her fall position. So she's going to move into Libra, which is definitely going to be a good thing for you, Taurus, because that's when Venus again comes into rulership. So she's able to help you a lot more. Okay, although Taurus, Libra happens to be your 6th house of health, it's where Mars is planetary joy. You know, so it's going to be beautiful. You're working hard, you're leaving a legacy, and so mote it be. So mote it be. So mote it be. Okay, so Gemini, this is in your 12th and 6th. So 12th house again, incarceration, self-sabotage, evil spirits. It's the house where Saturn has evil spirit. Saturn has planetary joy. So, you know, it's the greater malefic dancing out there. So wow, we've got the 7 of Cups. A time of wasteful procrastination is over. If you've also been wasting time and effort into many people, and it's not going to culminate into anything, it's not. And honestly, you will get a lot of messages from the ancestors because you're having that moon in the 12th, you know. So dreams are going to be surcharged, and this could also lead to sleep disturbances. So be careful. 6th house, small animals, pets, hidden enemies also in the Vedic system, okay. Again, Shri Yantra Puja is definitely going to work wonders for you. And Cancer, this is your 11th and 4th. This is your 11th and 5th house. It's so beautiful because the 11th house is, you know, larger communities, and 5th house is creativity, 11th house is the internet. So, you know, maybe you will have some resolution, and oppositions create tension. So there's going to be some tension, but if you resolve it, you will be in a much better position. Okay, Cancer. So let's see. 11th house is where Jupiter has planetary joy. 5th house is where Venus has planetary joy. And your moon, your ruler is the moon by domicile, who happens to be exalted in the sign of Taurus. Wow, this has come straight for you, Cancer. Too many options, too many missed opportunities, time of regret, time of lamentation. So you've got to move beyond that, okay? Beyond that. Leo, this is your 10th house of career, 10th house and 4th house of family foundations. So if you're looking at 10th house, the midheaven, it's where you're most visible. Okay, it's where you're most visible. So people are going to see that, and people are going to be like, okay, that's you. But family, there's some kind of conflict between your career maybe and your family. So this is looking at cutting away what's all the ignorance, all the disinformation, all the nonsense, because you know you need clarity, and that's coming to you. Okay, it's almost going to be God sent, Leo. Virgo, this is happening in that 9th and 3rd polarity. Precious, because 9th house is, you know, foreign travel, higher education, philosophy, truth, spirituality, religion. And 3rd house, siblings, everything local. So Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is definitely, you could get disinformation, and Mercury is retrograde. So if you're looking at, you know, maybe finding some healing modalities, and you get some disinformation about how to go about it. Or maybe you pursue some kind of spiritual stuff and it doesn't work out. It could also be creative. Queen of Cups has an association to celluloid. So some people, you know, going for that audition may not get it. 9th house is not audition traditionally, but you know, that 3rd house is blogging, or you're creating videos with someone. So there could be some tension with regards to that. Okay, now we're moving on to Libra. This is your 8th and 2nd again. 8th house of, you know, other people's money, taxes, things that are occult, hidden, sorcery, witchcraft, and all of that. Libra. And 2nd house of income. So other people's money, your money, there could be some conflict there. Okay, and it's a Venusian lunation, very Venusian. So Libra, you're gonna feel it. Okay, you're definitely gonna feel it. This could speak, and this is sword. So this could be like yourself if you're really young, or this could be like your child or your sibling, who you know you're gonna be interacting with, who you may have to guide. Spirit is telling me the word guide. There could be some kind of, you know, conflict initially to start off with, but I think you're going to be on the right path with this one. Okay, the Scorpio, this is your 7th and 1st polarity. 7th house is marriage, partnerships, and 1st house is your physical body. That's where the sun will be. Bringing into focus yourself, the most you part of the natal chart is the 1st house. It's where Mercury has planetary joy. It's going to be intense, and angular houses are being activated here, Kendrick houses. So yeah, Scorpio, let's see what the Tarot has to tell you. A beautiful culmination, a beautiful resolution. If you worked hard for something, it's going to come full circle. Okay, and it's going to be success. Even if it appears to be sort of, you know, marred with some other things that you never thought of. Remember, Mars is still retrograde, and you need clearance. But all the Mars retrograde in Aries reminds you of Mars in Scorpio. So this is not something you're not familiar with. It's something you are quite familiar with. Now we've got a Sag 6th and 12th houses. 2 malefic houses, 6th house, hidden enemies, and pets, and your health, your food habits, your everyday habits, 12th house, dreams, incarceration, addiction, all of that. It's just gonna be opposition creates tension, and sun moon opposition, a male female polarity. So Sag, let's see what spirit has for you today. Okay, if you're thinking of going forward, maybe best you wait a bit longer. If you're thinking of sending a text, again, wait a bit longer. Whatever action it is reverse archetype. Do not rush into anything. Sagittarius, do not rush into anything. Cap, 5th and 11th again. 2 benefic houses. So it's not so stressful for you, and your ruler Saturn's also going direct, ready to leave your sign for the next 30 odd years and move into Aquarius, your 2nd house of income. So it's like you are also moving away from turbulence. You're also moving away from stagnation into something very beautiful, into something very glorious. So embrace that. Cappy, embrace that. Or allow, flow, be. Doing Sri Yantra Puja can be very effective. You can get your Sri Yantra Puja done by me if you so desire. Also doing bell therapy is very, very effective. Aquarius, 4th and 10th. So 4th house is family, foundations. It's the core, what holds your natal chart together. 10th is the top. So there's how you're being seen and how you want to be, and maybe your family is not supporting that. Maybe you don't have much time for your family or for your work, and you're not being able to balance both. Okay. Again, if there's a project that you need to pitch to someone, best wait it out. Aquarius, best wait it out, because Saturn is still in your 12th house, ready to come into your sign, and meeting Jupiter for the first time in hundreds of years in Aquarius. So this is a new beginning, but it's not the time to show off your talent, not the time to talk about your project, not the time to get those financiers. Wait it out. Pisces, 3rd and 9th polarities. So again, not really dangerous houses. So the 3rd house is where Moon has planetary joy, and I'm going to actually make a video about this, and it's so very interesting, this 3rd house and the Moon having planetary joy in place of Mercury, and 9th house of the Sun has planetary joy. So it's all things local versus all things foreign, and how you're going to deal with that. Maybe it could also mean that there's something with regards to you going somewhere, travel, and that could be a problem. Archetypes are popping up reverse. Strength. So either you need to tame that animal within, or you need to believe that you have the strength to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. Okay, but essentially I think it's definitely going to be about tuning within, and really spending this time in sadhana or in spiritual practices. So get in touch with me if you want to learn about tarot, astrology, Dasha Mahavidya, mudras, nakshatras, what not, pujas, all of it, havans. I am doing havans every single day. I started from the first day of Navratri, and it's just going to intensify from Panchami, Shoshti, Shaptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashami, which are the main Bengali Durga Puja days. And I'm Bengali, so for me the Durga Puja is honestly very, very special. So keep your spiritual practices going and tune in to the divinity within. Thank you so much, and speak soon. Bye.